Sausage gravy and biscuits? Yeah! Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Food Experience. Today's experience, oh, I got a good one for you. Today, I'll be making sausage gravy along with buttermilk biscuits and scrambled eggs. The sausage gravy, the recipe, is like the most bomb recipe I've ever come across. In fact, look at my description. I'm going to have a link back to where I found the recipe and give credit where credit is due. And I want to give a big thank you and shout out to Johnny Mac of the Sauce and Gravy channel for sharing this awesome recipe. Go check his channel out, folks. I cannot stress it enough. For all your sauce and gravy needs, he's got you covered. The biscuits, I'm just using Grand's buttermilk biscuits this time. I was going to make them from scratch, but I thought that would be a little bit too drawn out of a video, so I went with Grand's. Anyhow, without further ado, let's go ahead and get it started. I'm starting with a Lodge 10-inch cast iron pan. Turn on your burner to medium-high. I'm putting it at 6. You want to make sure to preheat your pan before you get started. I'm using Jimmy Dean regular sausage. You're welcome to use whatever kind you like, but I want to recreate Johnny Mac's recipe the exact way he did it, and this is what he used. The pan should be nicely heated up. Let's add the sausage. Using a flat edge spatula, go ahead and start breaking it up. The more it cooks, the easier it will be to break up. And just keep working at it, breaking it up. Some may stick to the bottom. As you can tell, it's definitely breaking up a bit more now. And you want to keep cooking and breaking it up until there's no more pink left. And you can leave the chunks bigger if you like, or make it small like I am. Everyone has a different preference for their sausage gravy. And I'd say we are at that point, folks. So I'm opening up a little well in the center. Adding in 2 tablespoons of bacon grease. Let that melt. And start stirring it in with the sausage. Make sure the bacon grease gets well incorporated into that sausage. Oh, it's smelling so good already, folks. Next, sprinkle in a 1/3 cup of flour. You could try to evenly coat it. Doesn't matter too much, but you want to stir that in to the point where the flour is all cooked off. Takes about 2 minutes. That way you get rid of any kind of flour taste. But that's going to help for thickening it up later. That's looking pretty darn good. I think the flour taste should be gone. Lowering the heat just a tad back to medium. And adding in a 1/2 cup of milk. And at this point you can start trying to release any bits that are stuck to the bottom, if any stuck. Milk will make it easy to do that. Adding in 1 cup of heavy cream. At this point, I'm adding in a 1/4 teaspoon of ham concentrate. And Johnny Mac says that's what makes this biscuits and gravy different from any other biscuits and gravy. Go ahead and stir that in, get it well incorporated. Adding in some red pepper flakes, a little more than a 1/2 teaspoon in mine. Adding in 1 more cup of heavy cream. Next I'm adding in some fresh black pepper. You can use like a teaspoon. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I like a lot of black pepper in mine. And you want to leave that on medium heat to let it reduce a little bit. But it looks like that's coming along very nicely. Now it's time to pop in some biscuits while I'm letting this reduce. I'm going with Pillsbury Grand's Southern Homestyle Buttermilk Biscuits. I was going to make my own from scratch, but I thought that would be a little too much to do in this video, so I took the shorter, easier route. Go ahead and pop that open. They say to lightly grease the bottom of the air fryer basket. I'm misting a little bit of oil on, and let's see how many I could fit. Maybe the whole bunch. There we go. Biscuits are loaded in the air fryer basket. Loading it into the regular air fry position. Close the doors. And it's cool because these come with air fry instructions and they say do not preheat. Air fry at 330 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. Starting up the Maxx air fry, regular air fry mode. Reduce the time to 8 minutes and 330 degrees. Start her up. Okay, time's up. Removing the biscuits. I'd say so far they're looking pretty dang good. Next you want to turn them over, and since I put them kind of right on each other, they may stick a little bit, but you want to definitely turn these over. Back in the Maxx they go in the regular air fry slot. Air fry, 6 minutes, 330. And let it fly. I lowered the temperature to a low heat because this has been reducing and thickening up, and it's almost a little bit too thick. I mean, you could tell. It is super thick, folks. And, oh, that tastes good. And if it gets a little bit too thick, that's okay. I could always add in some more milk, which I think I will do when the biscuits are done. They still have about 5 minutes left to cook. Something else to mention, there's a couple more minutes remaining. When I inserted the basket, I did not push it all the way back. I left it to the front just enough for the doors to close. And it doesn't appear that the ones in the back are getting overly done more than the ones in the front. Time's up. Removing the biscuits. That's what I'm looking at, and they definitely look like they're pretty done. See if I can flip them over. Yeah, those are looking pretty groovy. Even though the Maxx is off, I'm going to reinsert the basket just to keep them warm while we finish up some breakfast. Meanwhile, over at the sausage gravy, yeah, it's definitely super, super thick. So, I'm adding a bit more milk to thin it out again. That's looking pretty fantastic. Just let it reduce a bit. And meanwhile, I have another pan right here making some scrambled eggs. And this is the way I do it. I thought it'd be worthy to show you because they come out perfect every time. Adding in a good pat of butter. Let that get a little bit melted. I am on a medium heat. And keep stirring up that sausage gravy, folks. But as you can see, it definitely is reducing back down again. It's getting a little bit thicker. Adding in my scrambled eggs. Those are 3 large eggs. And the trick to scrambled eggs is you want to always keep them moving, no matter what. You don't want to let them firm up immediately. Unless, of course, you're making an omelet. That would be different. And once you start noticing some solid egg pieces in there, it's starting to kind of do that right now, as you can see. Then you want to remove it from the heat, keep stirring. Do that for about 30 seconds. And then back on the heat for another 30 seconds, maybe a little less. Just till you start seeing it firm up a little bit. But like I said, keep it moving, keep stirring. And this will get you the perfect scrambled eggs each and every time. I promise you on that. And they're starting to come together a little bit. Back off the heat. At this point, you could add a little bit of salt and pepper to your taste. Off the heat again. See how those are coming together? And they're going to be nice and fluffy when I'm finished. Now, if you like them really soft, you can remove them right about now, but I like them a little firmer than that. Back on another last time. This looks like it's about it. That's looking pretty darn good. They still have some moisture to them, I could hear it. So they're not totally dried out, but they've definitely firmed up. Oh, that's looking pretty darn good right there, I'd say. Let's plate up the eggs. Oh yeah, those are looking good. Check that out. This is going to be delicious. Next, I'm spooning on some of that awesome sausage gravy. Look at that. Join you back at the table. Time to eat. Welcome back, everybody. Here I am with the sausage gravy and biscuits and scrambled eggs. Try the eggs first. Amazing as always. They're moist, fluffy, adding a little bit of salt since I didn't do that during cooking. Now let's try the sausage gravy and biscuits. Wow. I must say that's some of the best sausage gravy I've ever had in my life. Everything that I added to the recipe per Johnny Mac of the Sauce and Gravy channel is just amazing. I could definitely tell the difference with that ham concentrate. I made this a couple weeks ago, but I didn't use that. I didn't have any, and totally could tell the difference. I also didn't have bacon grease at that point. I used butter. And it's just that much better. So definitely try to follow the recipe if you can. Mix in some eggs with that sausage gravy. This is a home run breakfast right here. Hey folks, don't forget, look at my description down below. I will have a link back to Johnny Mac's channel, the Sauce and Gravy channel, to this exact recipe, and I'll leave a link to his main channel. Go check him out. He has amazing recipes. Cheers, everyone. I think I'll eat the rest of my breakfast in private. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning into this episode of Sausage Gravy, homemade sausage gravy, Grand's biscuits, caloric Maxx, and some scrambled eggs. Definitely a worthwhile breakfast. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave me a line down below. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, have a stellar day. Be excellent. And most of all, remember me. I'm KJ Andy O, your food experience host with the most. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.